need to. I'd rather not use those words. And another thing which surprises me, what is this fuss about US intervention? It's not the first time, it's the fifth time. The first was Robert Gates, second was Clinton, third was Colin Powell talking to me. Then he said, Khurshid, be prepared, you'll hear good news. And Prime Minister Vajpayee, the next day, he said, I extend hand of friendship. And immediately I was told by Secretary of State Colin Powell, you should respond positively, and we did. The result was the resumption of the dialogue following the SAARC summit in Islamabad. And after that, there was another intervention by the United States. This is following Obama, and that all you have to do is to read Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's memoirs, in which he said he was woken up at night with the Indian External Affairs Minister. So, if the United States is intervened, what's bad about it? We've already crossed many thresholds, so if US tries to prevent us, I think we should welcome it. Because that's the only country that US and India, Pakistan listen to. India will not. The other superpower today is China. India will not listen to China. Pakistan, because of the historic connection with English-speaking world, as India has and with US, is prepared to listen to both. Then, there's a very strange thing I've seen. Pardon my saying, so I'd like to put things across so that this does not remain a shallow meeting. It should, we should understand each other's concerns, and Ambassador Chiragani and Bali absolutely right. And I say additionally we should have empathy for each other's positions. So another thing is, how did the ceasefire come about? It's amazing that we are told, no, ceasefire happened not because of President Trump, but because the DGMO of Pakistan asked. I won't say anything. A hawk in Pakistan, an Indian analyst, a strategic analyst, Brahma Chalanet, gave a very cryptic answer. He said, are we under an obligation to listen to DGMO of Pakistan? So for heaven's sake, let's be adults. We had ceasefire because both governments had the common sense to listen to common sense, and they decided that enough was enough. So give credit where it is due. It was not any DGMO. It was the highest level in India and Pakistan that wanted the war to an end. And thank the Lord for that. And another thing I want to say, problems will not go away if you shut your eyes. They will become cancer. And what surprises me, we have a non-maximalist solution. The 4-point, or the misnomer named 4 points, 12-point formula, which takes into consideration the aspirations of the Kashmiris, their human rights, and all the interests of the Indian and Pakistani states. Well, you've got the thing. So what the hell do you want? Either say that we are not going to talk to Pakistan because we don't want to talk to Kashmir. But that's a separate issue. And as Air Marshal Buck says, I'm glad he said, there's no option. Mr. Dullan says the same. There's no option but to talk on Kashmir, and I would willingly say, because we have the issue in Balochistan. Of course, we should talk on terrorism, and we should talk on water. Now, another thing is, very dangerous that I have noticed, and I'll be failing in my duty if I never point out. Normally one doesn't have the time to listen to BBC or Monzo News or Al Jazeera. This time I made a point of listening to Indian news channels. I can't believe it. Some people are preaching Pakistan should be destroyed, be starved, it should be broken into pieces. I challenge not a single Pakistani channel said India should be destroyed, it should be broken into pieces. They said Lahore is on fire, Islamabad is on fire. I would not want Delhi and Bombay to be on fire. God forbid, there are human beings living there. But this is amazing. Why has it happened? My Indian friends tell me it's because of Dhoti media. I used to deal with very credible Indian journalists and credible Indian channels. They've all been thrown out by the rich friends of the current government to a bottom of the channels. And don't take my word, The Economist, under the caption, India's broadcast media wage war on their audience. It is they who are saying. Then the Financial Times said something. Forget Sanjay Baru. Sanjay Baru recently said it is time to reassess size of Pakistan. Assess size of Pakistan. there's a need to pay greater attention to how the world views India's neighbor, points out the stupidity of such propaganda as Pakistan is a failed state, Pakistan should be declared a terrorist state, Pakistan's economy is sinking, Pakistan is internationally isolated, we have behind. This is nonsense because your media has been completely taken over. There is no other voice that I hear on the major, even on our major TV channels, you'll be surprised. There are people who disagree with each other, even during the war. So why is India so obsessed with Pakistan? This is not what I am saying. This is what Shekhar Gupta is saying. Shekhar Gupta says, and he is in supporting the BJP government, and I am going to quote him. I don't know how you prefer to analyze these things, but if you simply did a word cloud analysis of all speeches by Prime Minister, and he could have added others of the BJP leaders, you will find Pakistan featuring compared to China 100 to 1. And he said maybe even more. In other words, this obsession with Pakistan has to go away. If you are obsessed and you talk of 1,000-year war, 1,000 years of whatever rule there was, people can learn different lessons. Pakistanis and Indians can learn different lessons. And Indian historians of consequence, like Ramana Thapar, say a different thing. So this is not a 1,000-year war that justifies the treatment that the poor Indian Muslims are being subjected to. And that is why BJP finds it very difficult to change its position towards Pakistan and towards the Muslims in India. And furthermore, I'm going to ask you a question. It is because of this media that you believe that Pakistan can be isolated. How can it be? It has China as its trusted friend. It's a part of the English-speaking world. It's part of the Commonwealth. It is part of the OIC, not part. It is one of the major actors in the OIC. It is half the global south. It's connected to Europe. How the hell can it be isolated? I don't believe. But your media has made a lot of Indians believe that Pakistan can be isolated. So this is a very dangerous thing. Now, that is why I prefer to speak like Janeb rather than Marib. And it is time that we pride our minds, because the policy here is, because we are a smaller country, the military's policy is quid pro quo plus. They said you can't allow a bigger power to bully you. The only way to stop bullying is to, you now everything in this basin treaty. I won't say anything. The people of Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan frontier, even today, more than half the people live on agriculture. One thing which unites Pakistanis is water. So how do I conclude? Yes, I want the way forward. But I go like Air Marshal Khan, I would suggest that you go at, because my fear is you're going for a war. And you're going for a war, second round, sooner rather than later, God forbid. Because the BJP doesn't even call it a ceasefire. Or the first ceasefire being implemented, but BJP calls it a pause. So if you're going for the next war, let me tell you, it's not going to be confined to cities, to border areas or the NOC. Lahore, Karachi, Bombay, and Delhi, in every city of Pakistan and India will face the music. So let's not be happy, okay, it's only the poor people, they will be NOC who will be killed. This is not going to happen. So here is my suggestion. Because at the moment, unfortunately, I'm always give an optimistic level. You need a discreet back channel NSA talks. If NSAs are not acceptable, anybody who has the confidence of the two governments, the two prime ministers, should be only for one purpose: prevent the next war and confidence building measures if they can slowly suggest. Anything higher than that is unrealistic and in fact will not be accepted. Because our purpose is to suggest something which lowers tensions, but this will be accepted, what I am suggesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kathuri Saab. Tanveer Sadiq, an MLA from Jammu and Kashmir, a leader of National Conference, would offer his comments in next 4 minutes. Tanveer Sadiq, please.